Alrighty, reading scriptures at Micah's graveside. This is the second year anniversary of his passing, actually on a Sunday the day after. So we're reading scriptures that have meant a lot to us, that we've come across over the last couple of years. Dee Dee just got one yesterday from Psalm 107, that chapter. And Dee Dee is his mother, I'm Dan, his father, of Micah Philip Anderson, who passed away on June 22nd, 2022. And 5 months prior to that, he had an amazing conversion experience and total life transformation. And I have videos about that. So, I'm reading from Wisdom, chapter 4, verses 7 through 20. But the righteous man, though he die early, will be at rest. For old age is not honored for length of time, nor measured by number of years, but understanding is gray hair for men, and a blameless life is a ripe old age. There was one who pleased God and was loved by him, and while living among sinners he was taken up. He was caught up, lest evil change his understanding, or guile deceive his soul. For the fascination of wickedness obscures what is good, and roving desire perverts the innocent mind. Being perfected in a short time, he fulfilled long years, for his soul was pleasing to the Lord. Therefore, he took him quickly from the midst of wickedness. Yet the peoples saw and did not understand, nor take such a thing to heart, that God's grace and mercy are with his elect, and he watches over his holy ones. The righteous man who has died will condemn the ungodly who are living, and youth that is quickly perfected will condemn the prolonged age of the unrighteous man. For they will see the end of the wise man, and will not understand what the Lord proposed for him, and for what he kept him safe. So Micah was a young man when he passed away at age 28. Now, I have papers that I hope don't blow away for different passages I've selected. King James Version, so I don't have to worry about copyright. So Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. That was Psalm 23. And then I have a bit of a windy day. Whoops, there goes one. So here is Psalm chapter 107, verses 13 and 14. Then he cried unto the Lord in their trouble, and he saved them out of their distresses. He brought them out of darkness and the shadow of death, and brake their bands in sunder. That's also verses 4 through 7. They wandered in the wilderness in a solitary way. They found no city to dwell in. Hungry and thirsty, their soul fainted in them. Then they cried unto the Lord in their trouble, and he delivered them out of their distresses. And he led them forth by the right way, that they might go to a city of habitation. And verses 17 on. Fools, because of their transgression, and because of their iniquities, are afflicted. Their soul abhorreth all manner of meat, and they draw near unto the gates of death. Then they cry unto the Lord in their trouble, and he saveth them out of their distresses. He sent his word and healed them and delivered them from their destructions. Going on from verse 25. For he commandeth, and raiseth the stormy wind, which lifteth up the waves thereof. They mount up to the heaven, then they go down again to the depths. Their soul is melted because of trouble. They reel to and fro, and stagger like a drunken man, and are at their wits' end. Then they cry unto the Lord in their trouble, and he bringeth them out of their distresses. He maketh the storm a calm, so that the waves thereof are still. Then are they glad, because they be quiet. So he bringeth them unto the desired haven. And then Lamentations, chapter 3, verses 19 through 24. Remembering mine affliction and my misery, the wormwood and the gall, my soul hath them still in remembrance, and is humbled in me. This I recall to my mind, therefore have I hope. It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, saith my soul. Therefore will I hope in him. And Micah, chapter 7, verses 18 and 19. Who is a God like unto thee, that pardoneth iniquity, and passeth by the transgressions of the remnant of his heritage? He retaineth not his anger forever, because he delighteth in mercy. He will turn again, he will have compassion upon us. He will subdue our iniquities, and thou wilt cast all their sins into the depths of the sea. And then Luke, chapter 15, starting in verse 4. What man of you, having 100 sheep, if he lose one of them, doth not leave the 99 in the wilderness, and go after that which is lost, until he find it? And when he hath found it, he layeth it on his shoulders, rejoicing. And when he cometh home, he calleth together his friends and neighbors, saying unto them, Rejoice with me, for I have found my sheep, which was lost. I say unto you, that likewise joy shall be in heaven over one sinner that repenteth, for more than over 99 just persons would need no repentance. In verse 24, For this my son was dead, and is alive again. He was lost, and is found. And they began to be merry. And we had that experience with Micah, seeing him totally transformed. It was May 25 and 26 when he came home as our prodigal son of 2022. And after he had passed away, we received his testimony, handwritten. I'll just have a YouTube on that, but anyway, it ends with, Praise be to the highest. He said in there, it feels amazing. Thanks be to the Lord. He told me when we had our last time together alone in the garage that he had met a couple that, talked with him about the Lord. I didn't get a lot of details, but he said they were the real deal. And prayed with him, and after that he was instantly delivered of all desire for alcohol. And he had been an alcoholic, and he hadn't touched it for the remaining months of his life, I believe about 5 months. And I called and confirmed that with a boss of his at Stella's Kitchen and Bakery in Billings, Montana, if you're out that way. All right, Hebrews chapter 10, verse 22. Let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water. Felt like I received that because I received Micah's remains at 10:22 in the morning, just as I had finished the 9th day novena for the dead. And also 10:22, about the time that we were sitting together for our last time in the garage. garage when I lit that candle. And also 10:22, the time that, I forget, there's another 10:22. Anyway, I felt 10:22 impressed on me for that reason. And then we also have Romans 6:22. He passed away at 6:22. And a friend of Dee Dee's gave her this verse, and it meant a lot to us. But now, being free from sin and become servants to God, ye have your fruit unto holiness, and the end, everlasting life. So those are the verses that have meant a lot to us over the last couple of years. Let me walk over to Micah's grave. This is Micah's grave here, right next to his mother's grave, right next to his uncle's grave, my brother Dave.